All right, what's happening, good people? It's your boys, the Beards of War. We're back again. Got myself, Thick Nick Fury, FBI for President, Fat Broken Rambo. Hey, Captain Jack behind the scenes. And also here in our hearts, he'll be back soon, Scorched Earth. All right, so before we get into this, man, I just want to shout out VetSync for you veterans out there. It is the digital VFW for the GWOT generation.
Hell
Check
yeah.
out the link in the in the subscription and check the link out. It's definitely worth a view, worth it for you guys out there that need connections. We're going to get into our review, and sometimes you got to dig in the crates, man. You got to go back before you can go forward. So we're going back to 2004, a little dodgeball action. All right, that's right, dodgeball. Ben Stiller, you got Vince Vaughn, and this is kind of where your TBI begins as a youngster. So for those of us who played dodgeball, we are very familiar with the sound of that ball hitting the skull. And before we get into that, do we got a little
Trailer?
recommendation trailer?
Yeah, man, we sure do. So I'm bringing a TV show this week. So Mobland. I am a huge Guy Ritchie fan, man. If you guys haven't checked out the new iteration of The Gentleman on Netflix, highly recommend it. So he's kicking off a new series on Paramount Plus coming out on 30 March. So Mobland stars Pierce Brosnan and I believe Helen Mirren and also our main man Tom Hardy, man. So it looks like a British mobster kind of flick, in vein of pretty much everything Guy Ritchie's ever done, except for like that horrible King Arthur film. But dude, I think this show looks fantastic. I can't wait to see. I was a little nervous about The Gentleman, but like he proved me wrong. That show was phenomenal, and I have no doubt this is going to be a fantastic success as well.
Yeah, man. Tom Hardy was great in Peaky Blinders.
Oh yeah,
Like the dude, he really can't miss, man. Like Tom Hardy's one of those very versatile actors. He literally embodies any role that he plays, and you can't really pinpoint, what he's going to be in each movie. But I
yeah.
mean, the guy's been phenomenal in just about everything. And Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren are timeless actors. So yeah, that looks freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, man, and Tom Hardy and Guy Ritchie go back. They did a movie called Rock and Rolla with Gerald Butler and Idris Elba back in like 2009, I think it was. Another fantastic British crime movie. Can't recommend it enough, man. Anything Guy Ritchie does, I'm there. Count me in.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. All right,
But
all
yeah,
right, all
man,
right.
let's dodge
So
some wrenches, baby.
here we go. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
That's right.
2004 dodgeball. Sometimes, man, listen, you got to go back to what made you laugh. Be damned the current timeline, what's going on. If it was funny, it was funny. And Dodgeball is one of those films. I hadn't seen it in so long. So watching this movie again, man, it literally took me back to where you could just laugh at just everything. If it was a joke, if it was funny, you laugh at it, right? It wasn't like, oh, I feel bad for laughing at that because someone might be offended. It really is one of those movies. It's so cheesy because we're talking about dodgeball, right? We're talking about grown men playing dodgeball, and I'm here for it, right? Like Vince
Oh
Vaughn
yeah,
and Ben
100%.
Stiller, you kind of know what kind of comedy you're gonna get from those guys. So we got Ben Stiller, who's like the super rich, owns the great gym, the Planet
Globo
Fitness of the
Jim.
future, right? Global gym,
Globo
and
Jim.
and you got and then you got Vince Vaughn's character, whose gym is like basically hanging on by a thread. It's like, how have you not been arrested by the IRS or whatever by this point? And it's just like, oh, how do we save the gym? Oh yeah, we win a dodgeball tournament in Las Vegas. Like, of course, right? Only in the early 2000s did you get plot lines like that, and it completely works. But it was just fun. A lot of great cameos in this movie, man. A lot of great lines, and it just makes you laugh. It's just one of those films that just, it's a good watch, and it'll definitely get you out of whatever rut you're in if you just want to be silly and laugh at a good movie. Dodgeball.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer the unrated cut when you can see it because there's a little bit more vulgarity in there, and Rip Torn just seals the deal in most of the scenes he's in. He plays the coach, and
Yeah.
the film is just flawless, man. It is truly a comedy masterpiece. But I'm gonna set the stage for you. Like I did 15 months in the kickoff of Iraq, and we were sitting in Kuwait. We were ready to drive. I'm sorry, sitting in Baghdad, waiting to exit out and go back down to Kuwait. We were driving out, so like we're all nervous as hell, and we've been there for a long time. And this was the last film that I watched. It was a bootleg that I watched with my platoon, crowded around a little mini DVD player, and this is what we watched before we stepped foot on that journey back to get back home. I'll never
Yeah.
forget watching this movie in the tent with the guys, man. This movie had me fucking rolling from the first scene to the end scene, man. It's an absolute comedy gold. You just can't go wrong. Yeah, they definitely throw some insults, and I understand sensitivities have shifted these days. Um, but hey, man, it's a product of the early 2000s. Uh, take it for what it's worth. It's a comedy. They make fun of everybody in this movie. So,
Right. Exactly.
just
Like,
remember, it's here to make you laugh.
yeah,
And
exactly.
if we can't laugh at
Well,
ourselves, fuck, man, who can we laugh at anymore?
right, exactly. Like if you don't find it funny, you don't find it funny. Okay, like
Yeah.
but what's the intent? The intent is to get laughs, and we got to laugh at each other because we're part of this world. Like who else you gonna laugh at? Aliens? Like we don't know enough about aliens to laugh at, and they probably fry us for it. So I'm
No,
not
but
doing
I'm
that.
all ears, man. If we're gonna talk some alien shit, like I'd love to hear about it.
Spaceballs. That is another fantastic comedy, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. I
Yeah, because we
do.
haven't even touched on the plot of this movie yet. So
Right. Well, I did. I gave you the plot in a nutshell. Hey, we're gonna lose the
yeah,
gym,
I mean,
man. Let's
it's
go
not really
get
that
dodgeball.
complex, you're right. Yeah, so the first match they go into this competition to try to win nationals is against a Girl Scout troop, and the Girl Scouts kick the shit out of them, and then they
Of
get
course.
disqualified because somebody is using unauthorized
Anabolic steroids and a
fever
beaver tranquilizer.
tranquilizers.
And the girl's got the hairy arms and
And
the deep voice,
and
and it
when
was
she
just
walks off
hilarious.
crying, she's like, that was,
Yeah, Bernice. I remember Bernice.
yeah,
All,
God
all for
damn it,
her.
Bernice.
All because of you, Bernice. And I mean, they didn't need it. Like she literally did not need to do anything because they would have wiped the floor with them anyway. But just watching, and then Justin Long's character, that dude is just like the quintessential nerd geek, dude. Like he's just like getting pelted by these balls. And it's just that sound, it resonates in your soul. If you are from that certain era where dodgeball was the staple in your PE or your life, that sound is distinct. This
You
is
can
distinct as
you
a
can feel
shotgun
that
rap.
sound.
You know what that sound means. And you know where it hit. Like okay, that was a headshot, the body shot. Oh, someone got that to the nuts. And there were a lot of it, all of that in this movie. All of them. They got in every possible area they were getting nailed, and it was just funny. This slapstick
Man.
comedy, man. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, so they eventually get to Vegas, man, and now they're in the Nationals, and they they go into like the March Madness kind of bracket. That's where you get like the cameo gems like Jason Bateman and Gary Cole as caught in the
Jason Bateman.
ESPN 8 the Ocho. Um,
Jason Bateman is
the
Pepper.
commentators, man. Oh my God.
Oh,
It's a
dude,
bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
right, exactly. They're gonna forfeit. Yeah, it's a bold move. No, it's a forfeit. But and Jason Bateman, I swear, dude, it's one of my favorite actors, man. And that dude is just like, I'm pretty sure he ad-libbed that whole thing. Like, it's like he
I
just
hope he
showed up on
did, man.
set, like, hey man, just play this like you're high. He like, no problem. And he was literally just making like silly comments throughout the whole thing. And it was just fun to watch, man. Like I said, love Jason Bateman. His small part in the film, but it was still one of the memorable parts of the film.
Oh, absolutely. One of the most memeable moments in Hollywood history. I use that
Right.
meme all the time. Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
There you go. Yep.
But yeah, they end up having to duke it out against Ben Stiller's gym, the what's it, the Globo Gym
Global
Purple
Purple
Cobras.
Cobras.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like these guys, I mean, and then you get
Laser
with
and
Jamie
blazer and
Presley.
taser and all kinds of
Is
tasers.
it Jamie Presley? No, it's not Jamie Presley. I forget the female that played like the Romanian like
Fran Stanganakovic.
yeah, I
I have
cannot get
no
the
idea.
last name. But man, the whole team was just hilarious. I mean, of course, they're all like they look like outcasts from like American Gladiators, right? And I'm like, I don't know if that's really gonna work for dodgeball. Like, I'd have probably picked for a football team, but I guess it works. They're all in shape. We get the idea, right? This is the bigger, badder, more athletic team.
Yeah.
But then you had what was it? Skills for the kills, which was like the black dodgeball team. I was like, okay, here we go. A little bit
And
of racial appropriation. And it was
the,
just funny, man. And it was funny. I get it, dude. You laughed. You had the Asian team,
dude,
when they're out
the
in
best was
diapers.
the best was German team with David Hasselhoff as the coach, and
Yeah,
he's like
right.
cursing at them, and he breaks his own photo at the end.
Yep, yep.
Scheiße.
And then of course you had the judges, right? Hey, we're gonna take a vote on whether or not they should, get to play or not. And who was the deciding vote? The one and only, the legendary Chuck Norris.
But
Like, come on.
but before that though, the commissioner was William Shatner.
William Shatner, exactly. Like I said, full of cameos. Like they kind of get away from that. I think a lot in today's movies. It probably costs too much, right? You want a
Well, I
cameo? Oh, it's
mean,
gonna be about
hell,
25
something
million.
that didn't really age well for this movie is Lance Armstrong's cameo, right? Like,
Oh, right.
it's a little awkward nowadays to watch
Uh,
that scene again. Be like,
yeah. Well, that's why you gotta strike while it's hot, man. You know.
right? But man, yeah, that ending is great when he's like, "Thank you, Chuck Norris," and Vince Vaughn does like the karate chop.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
That's
and then
right.
drive off on a Vespa. Like those are the types of phrases that just stick in your head forever. And it kind of it was one of those movies where and by the way, was it Gordon MVP? Because he's the isn't he the one
L
that
for love.
literally dismantled the entire like German team by himself. Like, hey man, you gotta get angry, and he just goes in and starts demolishing them because he sees like wife making out with like another guy in the audience. It was just hilarious, man. And every time I see that dude, I think of Office Space, right? He's
Oh
like
yeah.
in the one in the cellar, like this is my stapler, these are my scissors, you know, like
I'll put cyanide in the guacamole. Milton, that's what his
right.
name was.
There
Office
you
Space.
go.
Yeah.
There you go. So,
Yeah.
like I said, it's just one of those. It's a fun movie to watch, man. Watching these guys get pelted with dodgeballs, and just the storyline of how ridiculous. Oh, I'm going to go
Oh yeah.
into a cheerleading tournament, win that, and then come over here win the dodgeball tournament. So like the rise from the ashes kind of story for our nerdy hero, or
There's
whatever.
another great line in that scene when he's like, I hope he falls off the roller coaster and breaks every bone in his body. And my cousin Ray
Yeah,
Ray. And,
and he did.
Justin,
He
you got to come
literally did.
get in the cheer. He fell off the roller coaster and broke every bone in his body.
Yeah.
Oh
And you
man,
gotta love
yeah.
the ref. I don't know who the ref was, but that dude is like Jim Carrey level for overacting. Like he was calling this thing like he was like it was the only
That's a
job he'd ever
warning.
have.
Oh
Oh
yeah, man.
man. Oh,
Professional to a fault.
right. And then Ben Stiller, man. Like like the dude plays the best 2000 villain. Over the top,
Oh, it's
ridiculous,
fantastic.
kind of flighty, like airhead type, and it takes himself so seriously, which makes it even funnier, right? Because he's taking himself so serious, and it's like, dude, no. And then the funny part was like when they first saw Christine Taylor's character, and they watch her throw the dodgeball. Like, oh man, she's a lesbian, and he's like, no way, man, she's not. And then you find out at the end, not lesbian, but she's like, I'm bisexual. Like, oh wow, so that's like one of those those
He's
funny
like, oh
moments,
snap.
right? At the time, like, okay, can we get away with that today? Can we do that joke? Anybody? I don't know, but back then it worked, and it's
Oh yeah,
funny. Like
man.
I said, it's just one of those, oh, I'm gonna bet, what 50, 100,000 on us to win. I'm like, can you do that? Like that's like one of those things. Like, I don't know if you can bet on yourself, because if I were to say, oh, I'm gonna bet on us to lose, that's kind of illegal. But
I mean, it's
early
Vegas.
2000s,
I'm sure.
forget
I'm sure
rules.
someone's gonna take their money there.
Right? That's a little Pete Roses for me, but
But I
I
gotta.
digress.
Oh damn,
You know, I'm just saying. Don't
Dave
know if you
packing
can
a
do
lot of
that.
repertoire on that one. Yeah, man. I gotta give a shout out though, man. Rip Torn's no longer with us, but for me, every time that guy kind of steals the movie, from the time he comes in to the time he exits the film, it's just pure comedy gold. And yeah, it's
Patches,
raunchy
yeah.
shit, man. Like George Carlin was raunchy, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, they're all raunchy.
Hmm.
But there's some absolute comedy gold in Raunch, so enjoy it. This is what this film's all about, and you can find the PG-13 version is perfectly fine to me. But hey, man, what do I know?
Yeah, right. True that.
Can't recommend it enough. And I would tell you that if I was deploying again today, that movie would be in my box going over
There you
because
go. And that's your connection. That
can't
sometimes you
live
make
without
that
that kind of
emotional
shit.
connection. Yep.
Oh
That
yeah.
emotional connection to a movie or a song. And for me, honestly, I remember graduating boot camp, and me and a bunch of guys went to go see The Lion King. Yes, with
Hmm.
military crew cuts,
I
dog
don't know if
tags.
I don't think I'd admit that actually.
Yeah, we went to see The Lion King. Sure did. Animated, not a kid among us, about five of us. So we sure did, and we enjoyed every minute of it. So Lion
Did you not
King has
get
a
yelled
special
at?
place in my heart.
I mean,
That's a
I
little
watched
tidbit about me.
what is
All
it,
right.
Land of the
I'm a
Dead
killer.
at Gunnery just because I didn't want to be in the barracks. So I can appreciate that. Sometimes you just want the peace and quiet of just not being around.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
There you
man.
go.
But hey, I think we've thrown enough dodgeballs at this thing. You want to talk some recommendations on our own?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool, man.
All right,
All right.
man. Go
You want to
go
go
for it.
first? All right.
No, you got it. You got it.
All right, man. So I'm gonna go with 2009's The Goods, Live Hard, Sell Hard. It's uh it's on Pluto TV. I wouldn't say it's hard to find, but it's definitely a more rare film. It's Jeremy Piven, Ving Rhames, Rob Riggle's in it in a role that you will not forget. Ed Helms, and oh man, I'm drawing a blank on one other character and I can't think of it. Um, man, so it's a smorgasbord of like combination between comedians from like um oh shit, man, Will Ferrell's universe and The Hangover, man. Like all these actors or these comedians kind of blend together in this film. It's just phenomenal, man. David Kirshner plays the head of finance. So it's about a car lot's going under in Temecula, California, and they call in like ringers to come like help them boost up sales and move cars and shit like that. So Jeremy Piven runs this team of kind of like just degenerate car salesmen that are really good at bullshitting people, and they go into Temecula and try to save the fucking day. And he falls in love with the owner's daughter, who's engaged to Ed Helms, who's in a boy band. Craig Robinson is a DJ that threatens to kill people if they fucking ask him to play certain music. It's just absolute comedy gold. So if you like Dodgeball, I can't recommend The Goods Live Hard, Sell Hard. And Will Ferrell's company produced it, and he does have a cameo in it. So you'll never look at Abraham Lincoln the same way after this.
There you go. Craig Robinson too. Oh,
Yep.
all right.
Oh,
That was a
he's
good
great.
pick, man. I honestly I don't think I've seen that one, but I think I would like to watch that one. I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah,
check
man.
that one out. Yeah. Dude, I love a good comedy. I love, like I said, I love the raunchy, you know, kind of on the fence kind of comedy, I guess you could call it. I don't know. I call comedy comedy. Either it's funny or it's not. It's the only thing that matters to me. So my pick is another Ben Stiller movie, and it's 2007's The Heartbreak Kid. This is
Hmm.
playing on Tubi. And basically, he plays like a sports memorabilia store owner. And his friends are kind of pressuring, like, dude, what are you gonna do with your life? When are you gonna commit? Blah blah blah. And he meets this woman, Lila, who has gorgeous, gorgeous woman. I think Mila Ackerman is the actress's name. And he's meets her by chance, and they're having this, back and forth, like, wow, man, she's really great. And she's like, oh yeah, I do. I work for, uh, a company overseas. Meanwhile, she's like volunteering for like Greenpeace, right? So it's not an actual job. But he finds this out after they have this whirlwind romance and engagement, and then they go off to Mexico. And then, of course, while he's there, he's finding out more and more about her, right? And it's just hilarious, hilarious slapstick comedy. He ends up meeting Miranda while he's there, who's there with her family. Of course, now he's truly falling for this woman while he's there with his wife. And just it's the your standard miscommunication, misunderstanding, slapstick, like I can't believe you just said that, or I can't believe you just did that kind of thing. So it's one of those. Oh, and the scene where they're in the car and she's singing along to the radio, hilarious, dude. It's like one of those classic Ben Stiller comedies. Like, I cannot believe that this made it to television. And it's just funny. It's just one of those, how does it end up like getting stuck in Mexico and he's trying to cross over like an illegal alien. And it's funny, man. It's just one of those, look, it's there to make you laugh. Don't take it too seriously, but it is funny. It's a fun movie. One like Ben Stiller, like at his peak. And it's enjoyable. So if you want those types of, like raunchy, edgy type of comedies, I would definitely say to check out The Heartbreak Kid, playing
Hmm.
on Tubi.
I
Yeah,
don't think I've ever watched that one.
it's great. I love it. I
I
laugh
will
at it every
check it
time I
out
see
now.
it.
Can't wait to do
Yeah,
something new to watch.
cool, cool, cool.
But yeah, man, I guess that brings us to the end of the episode, unless you got anything else.
Well, I think what we're gonna do, we haven't done this in a bit. We're gonna do a poll.
Oh, snap.
All right. So, since we're kind of on the topic of comedies, we're gonna go with best sports comedy. All right. So here are the choices. You got The Replacements,
Yes.
starring Keanu Reeves. You got Major League, starring
Yes.
Charlie Sheen. You got The Mighty Ducks, Emilio
No.
Estevez, and then Cool Runnings with John Candy.
Yes.
Uh, of course, I'm only naming one actor. We all know like Dougie Doug and Leon and all that
Leon.
stuff in,
Yep.
in, in that movie and the
Hmm.
other movies. But vote for your favorite sports comedy. And of course, these we can only do a certain amount of time. We know there's a bunch out there. But let us know what you guys think, man. Go in the community, post, make a vote on the post and let us know. Like I said, we love the feedback. We love getting everyone involved, and we take suggestions. So if you guys have other films or other shows that you'd like to see us review, let us know, man. And majority wins. So if we can get people to agree, or if we just get a good solid one that we agree with, we'll definitely do that, and we'll shout you out on the channel. So
Yeah, man.
we want you guys. We want to know we love doing this. We do this because it's great. It's a therapy for us as retired veterans. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. So the poll will be up shortly after we're done with this recording.
Cool, man. That sounds awesome. Hey, just for you guys at home, we can only fit four choices per survey. So like we just randomly kind of pick those out of our brains. That being said, I'd love to hear some feedback on like what you would have picked if it's on the list and why. Like what connection you got to that film and why it makes it a favorite for you. Because I've got my personal feelings. I absolutely love The Replacements, and that movie just kind of speaks to me. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys have for feedback on that too. So, but yeah, man, I think this is a wrap for us. So, Fat Bro Rambo out here.
I think Nick Fury. Till next time.